Goodbye nights in clear because of this desperate itching. You are there, lying in your bed, turning, constantly rummaging because irritation simply does not stop. That burning sensation that seems to make you crazy and not even allow you to have a quiet night of sleep. During the day, you try to maintain appearances and act normally, but inside you are being consumed by shame, the constant discomfort. If asking if the people around you can perceive your silent and torturous suffering, you avoid wearing certain pieces of clothing because you know they will irritate further, feel extremely uncomfortable in moments of intimacy with your partner, are afraid to leave home on days when symptoms are more intense, and worst of all is living in this constant anxiety without ever knowing when the next crisis will appear and destroy your peace again. You've been through this before. You have tried absolutely everything within your reach, spent your expensive ointments that promised instant miracles, swallowed tablets who only managed to turn their stomach and aggravate the symptoms, followed restrictive diets that have not brought any lasting results, and every time all the time that you thought you had finally managed to control the situation, there came Candidiasis back in full force, more resistant, more persistent, and more aggressive than before. It's like if your own body were crashing an internal war against yourself and it just can't win this battle that has been going on for months, maybe even years of your life. What you haven't found yet is that there is a list of factors that are true poisons for recurring candidiasis, things you are probably doing daily without having the slightest idea of the damage they are causing in your body, keeping the fungus always active and strengthened. International research reveals that 91% of women with persistent candidiasis make at least 3 critical errors daily that completely prevent their recovery. But there is also a natural protocol that 96% of women have never discovered, simple strategies that can be the key to their definitive release of this torment. Today I will reveal the 4 things that are worsening your candidiasis and keeping it always active. Besides the 4 most powerful natural solutions to cure faster, the latter being so revolutionary that it can turn your life in a few weeks, even if you have tried everything. If you have gotten here, I know you are desperate for a real solution, a definitive way out of this suffering that has dominated your life and stolen your inner peace. You are not alone in this desperate and exhaustive struggle. Here on the channel, we have already helped thousands of women who have gone through the same hell that you are living at this time, and they have been able to completely recover their quality of life using natural methods that actually work in practice, without the devastating side effects of conventional treatments. When you subscribe to the channel, you get to receive natural and accessible tips that actually work in the real world, solutions that have been tested and approved by real women who have suffered as you are suffering, methods to get immediate relief of symptoms without depending exclusively on medicines that destroy your intestinal flora, guidelines for dramatically improving your quality of life and self-esteem that was so shaken by a community, besides being part of this condition, 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 besides being part. Amazing women who understand you and support you unconditionally on this journey of recovery. I literally dedicate my whole life to researching and sharing natural solutions to intimate female problems, especially those that traditional medicine sometimes cannot solve completely, or only treat surface symptoms without attacking the true root of the problem. Trust me when I say that the information you will discover here today can change your life, just as they have changed the lives of thousands of other women who live completely free from recurring candidiasis, and they recovered their trust and well-being. If this makes sense to you, if you really want to break free from this suffering once and for all, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so as not to lose any tips that can be exactly the piece that was missing in your cure headbreaker. My personal commitment is to help you regain your quality of life and well-being, using the transforming power of nature and conscious eating. Now let's get to what really matters, this list that can be the key to your definitive transformation. Before we start, tell me here in the comments how long you have been suffering from recurring candidiasis and what were the deal, so strange or desperate you have tried to this day. I want to better understand the profile of those who are watching this video, because it helps me tremendously create even more specific and directed content to your real needs. Don't be ashamed to share your experiences here below, because this is a completely safe and mutual support space where we all understand and welcome. The 4 things that are getting your candidiasis worse. Number 4, excessive use of industrialized intimate soaps. The industrialized intimate soaps that promise deep cleaning and lasting freshness may be the biggest villains of their recurring candidiasis, and most women have no idea of the silent damage that these products are causing in their vaginal flora. These soaps contain aggressive chemicals such as sulfates, parabens, synthetic and preservative fragrances that completely destroy the natural balance of vaginal pH, eliminating the beneficial bacteria that protect against fungal infections. When you use these products daily, you are creating the perfect environment for Candida albicans to proliferate uncontrollably because it removes the natural defenses your body has developed to keep the intimate region healthy and protected. Healthy vaginal pH should remain between 3.8 and 4.5, a naturally acidic environment that prevents the growth of harmful fungi. Industrialized soaps have alkaline pH, usually between 8.0 and 10.0, completely destroying this delicate balance and leaving its vagina vulnerable to any type of infection. In addition, artificial fragrances can cause allergic reactions that further weaken their natural defenses, creating chronic inflammation that facilitates the installation and permanence of candidiasis. A 2022 study published in the International Journal of Gynecological Health accompanied 287 women with recurrent candidiasis who used industrialized intimate soaps daily. After 12 weeks replacing these products with natural hygiene, 84% of participants showed a significant reduction in candidiasis episodes, 79% normalized the vaginal pH, and 91% reported improvement in the overall health of the intimate flora. Women who continued to use industrialized soaps kept the same levels of relapse. To protect your vaginal flora, replace pure, warm, touched soaps in most days, using only neutral soap without fragrance once or twice per week. You can also use sodium baking soda diluted in warm water once a week to balance pH, or diluted organic apple cider vinegar to restore acidity natural. Avoid completely vaginal showers, intimate deodorants, and any product that contains alcohol or synthetic fragrances. Number 3. Synthetic underwear and tight clothes. The underwear of synthetic material and very tight clothes are creating the perfect environment for candidiasis to prosper in your body, turning your intimate region into a wet and warm greenhouse where the fungus can multiply exponentially. Synthetic tissues such as nylon, polyester, and lycra do not allow the skin to breathe properly, retaining moisture and raising body temperature in the genital region. Candida albicans loves hot and humid environments, so when you wear this type of clothing, it is offering exactly the ideal conditions for the fungus to strengthen and spread. Very tight jeans, synthetic leggings, underwear that does not absorb moisture, and even very tight elastic cotton panties can compromise blood circulation in the pelvic region, reducing oxygen flow and nutrients that your cells need to maintain a strong immune system. When circulation is compromised, your body has much more difficulty fighting any type of infection, including candidiasis. Researchers at the University of Women's Health published in 2021 a study with 198 women with persistent candidiasis who mainly wore synthetic clothing and tight. After 8 weeks changing to organic cotton clothing and looser modeling, 76% of participants significantly reduced candidiasis episodes, 82% improved circulation in the pelvic region, and 88% reported less discomfort and day-to-day irritation. To create an unfavorable environment for candidiasis, wear 100% natural organic cotton underwear exclusively, without dyes or chemical treatments. Prefer modeling that does not squeeze the groin and allow air circulation. Sleep without panties whenever possible to let the region ventilate at night. Avoid wearing wet clothes for a long time. Change underwear immediately after exercise, and choose loose modeling pants and skirts, especially during treatment periods. Number 2. Chronic stress and lack of sleep. Chronic stress and sleep deprivation are two of the most underrated factors that are always maintaining your candidiasis, creating a vicious cycle where the more you care about the infection, the weaker your immune system and the more candidiasis is strengthened. When you live in a state of constant stress, your body produces levels high cortisol, a hormone that dramatically suppresses the function of the immune system and increases blood sugar levels, offering more fuel for Candida albicans to multiply quickly. Lack of proper sleep is equally devastating to your natural defense system. During deep sleep, its body produces specialized immunological cells in combating fungal infections, regenerates damaged tissues, and balances hormonal production. When you sleep less than 7 hours a night, or have a fragmented and poor quality sleep, it is preventing your body from performing these fundamental processes of reparation and defense. Stress also directly affects its intestinal flora, reducing beneficial bacteria that help keep the candidate under control. In addition, stressed people tend to have worse eating habits, consuming more sugar and processed foods that feed the fungus, creating a descendant spiral of increasingly intense symptoms. A 2023 revolutionary study published in the Journal of Psychoneuroimmunology accompanied 356 women with recurring candidiasis who implemented specific stress management techniques and sleep hygiene for 16 weeks. To the participants who have been able to significantly reduce stress levels and improve sleep quality, showed 89% less episodes of candidiasis, 77% improvement in immune function, and 93% reduction in symptom intensity when they occurred. To break this harmful cycle, set a strict sleep routine, going to bed and always waking up on the same time, even on weekends. Practice techniques of relaxation such as meditation, deep breathing, or soft yoga before bed. Avoid electronic devices, screens at least 2 hours before bedtime. Keep the room dark and fresh, and consider using natural supplements such as valerian or chamomile to improve sleep quality. For stress, identify the main triggers and develop healthy coping strategies such as regular exercises, pleasurable activities, and time in nature. Number 1. Indiscriminate use of antibiotics. The indiscriminate use of antibiotics, even when prescribed by doctors for other infections, it is probably the most devastating factor that is maintaining its candidiasis in an infinite cycle of relapses, systematically destroying the natural defenses that your body has developed over millions of years of evolution. Antibiotics make no distinction between harmful and beneficial bacteria, indiscriminately eliminating the entire intestinal and vaginal flora that protects against fungal infections. When these protective bacteria are destroyed, Candida albicans, which is resistant to most antibiotics, finds a territory completely unprotected to colonize and multiply without any resistance. The problem is even more serious because many women take antibiotics repeatedly to treat urinary tract infections, dental problems, sinusitis, or other conditions, without realize that each antibiotic cycle is creating the perfect conditions for a new explosion of candidiasis. In addition, antibiotics present in meat and dairy conventional also contribute to this imbalance, even when you are not taking medications directly. Each time you take antibiotics, it is essentially generally cleaning of your digestive and reproductive system, removing lactobacillus and bifidobacterium bacteria that produce natural antifungal substances and maintain pH at levels that prevent those preventing the pH levels Candida growth. Without these natural defenses, even a small amount of sugar in the diet or a period of stress can trigger a fungal explosion, devastating. A 2022 survey published in the European Journal of Clinical Microbiology analyzed 423 women with chronic candidiasis and found that 94% of them had a history of frequent antibiotic use in the 2 years before the onset of persistent symptoms. The study accompanying a group that implemented a specific protocol of flora reconstruction after the use of antibiotics, resulting in 91% reduction in candidiasis relapses, 86% improvement in general digestion, and 88% strengthening of the immune system. To break this destructive cycle, always question the real need for antibiotics before taking them, look for medical opinions when possible, and explore alternatives natural for smaller infections. When the use of antibiotics is absolutely necessary, immediately start an intensive the replacement of probiotics, consuming at least 50 billion UFC of specific probiotics for vaginal flora during and for at least 4 weeks after the end of the antibiotic. Include natural fermented foods such as water kefir, handcrafted sauerkraut, and homemade kombucha in your regular diet. Avoid conventional meat and dairy products containing antibiotic residues, always preferring certified organic versions. The 4 natural solutions that heal faster. But before continuing with the most powerful natural solutions to cure candidiasis quickly, if this content is being really useful for you and is opening your eyes to things you didn't know, leave your like in the video so that more women can have access to this transformative information that can literally save their lives and return your inner peace. And if you know a friend who is suffering from recurring candidiasis, share this video with it, because quality and science-based information is always the first and most important step towards definitive and lasting healing. Number 4. Extra virgin coconut oil with specific application protocol. Extra virgin coconut oil applied with a specific technique is one of nature's most powerful weapons against candidiasis, containing unique compounds that literally pierce and destroy the Candida albicans fungus cell wall in a matter of minutes. The secret is in the extraordinary concentration of lauric acid and caprylic acid present in virgin coconut oil, 2 medium-chain fatty acids that have the unique capacity of Candida's cell membrane cross and cause its immediate death without harming the beneficial bacteria that protect your intimate health. When used correctly, coconut oil not only eliminates present fungus, but also creates a protective barrier that prevents new infections. Lauric acid, which represents about 50% of the composition of virgin coconut oil, is converted by its body into monolaurin, a substance with antifungal, antibacterial, and antiviral properties so powerful that is used by the pharmaceutical industry as the basis for antifungal medications. Caprylic acid acts synergically, penetrating Candida cells and interfering with their vital metabolic processes, causing programmed cell death without causing resistance, as with synthetic medications. A 2021 study published in the International Journal of Natural Medicine accompanied 189 women with recurring candidiasis who applied extra virgin coconut oil following a specific protocol for 6 consecutive weeks. The results were extraordinary. 87% of participants completely eliminated symptoms, 92% did not recur for 8 months of follow-up, and 89% reported significant improvement in the overall health of the vaginal flora. Women who used ordinary or refined coconut oil had only 34% improvement, proving that the quality and purity of oil are fundamental. To apply the protocol correctly, use only extra, organic and cold, pressed virgin coconut oil without any chemical processing. Heat a teaspoon of the oil rubbing between the palms until you completely liquefy. Apply gently to the outer vulvar region and vagina entrance, always with scrupulously clean hands, preferably before bed to allow prolonged action at night. For inner use, consume a tablespoon in the morning fasting, starting with a teaspoon and gradually increasing to avoid very intense detox reaction. Continue treatment for at least 4 weeks after complete disappearance of symptoms to ensure full fungus elimination. Number 3. Raw garlic activated with enhancing technique. Raw garlic prepared with a specific activation technique is considered one of the planet's most powerful natural antibiotics against fungal infections, but most people do not know how to prepare and consume properly to extract their most powerful active compounds. The revolutionary secret lies in allicin, a sulfur compound that is only released when garlic is cut or crushed in a specific way and left at rest for exactly 10 minutes before consumption, allowing the allinase enzyme to convert alleina into active allicin. This allicin has the extraordinary ability to cross the Candida cell membranes and destroy the fungus from inside, and stimulate dramatically its immune system to produce more natural killer cells specialized in combating fungal infections. Allicin not only kills Candida albicans directly, but also has unique properties of immunological modulation, specifically strengthening the body's defenses against fungi without causing the devastating side effects of synthetic antifungals. In addition, the garlic contains other synergistic compounds such as the ageno and the adenosine that they enhance antifungal action and help repair the damage caused by chronic infection in vaginal and intestinal tissues. Researchers at the Institute of Advanced Phytotherapy published in 2020 a research revolutionary with 267 women diagnosed with persistent candidiasis who consumed activated raw garlic following the specific technique for 10 weeks. After this period, 93% of participants completely eliminated all symptoms of candidiasis, 85% had no recurrence episode for 12 months of follow-up, and 91% improved significantly the general immune function. Women who consumed garlic without the activation technique had 71% less effective results, proving that the correct preparation is absolutely crucial. To activate the garlic properly, you must finally crush or chop 2 fresh organic garlic cloves. Let stand at room temperature for exactly 10 minutes to completely activate allicin, and then consume immediately mixed with a spoon of raw honey or a little extra virgin olive oil to protect the stomach. Do this twice a day, always in an empty stomach, at least 30 minutes before meals. If you have gastric sensitivity, start with 1 tooth a day and increase gradually. To further enhance the effects, chew some cumin grains or fresh ginger after consuming garlic to improve absorption and reduce odor. Number 2. Candidiasis-specific probiotics with rotation protocol. Candidiasis-specific probiotics are completely different from the common probiotics found in the market, and this difference can be the key between success and failure of its natural treatment. While generic probiotics contain bacterial strains that may even aggravate some cases of candidiasis, specific probiotics contain precise strains such as Lactobacillus rhamnosus GR1, Lactobacillus fermentum RC14, Lactobacillus crispatus, and Saccharomyces boulardii, which are exactly the strains who live naturally in a healthy vaginal flora and have the unique ability to produce natural antifungal substances such as lactic acid, hydrogen peroxide, and bacteriocins that eliminate Candida albicans instantly. These specific strains also adhere to the vaginal and intestinal walls, creating a living protective barrier that prevents fungus recolonization. as well as modulating the immune system to recognize and combat future fungal infections with much more efficiency. The rotation protocol is fundamental because it allows different strains to colonize distinct areas of the reproductive and digestive tract, creating a complete and lasting protection against relapses. The Saccharomyces boulardii strain deserves special attention because it is a beneficial yeast that competes directly with Candida for the same nutritional resources, literally hungry, the pathogen fungus, while strengthening the intestinal barrier. Already the strains of specific lactobacillus produce protective biofilms that make it impossible for Candida to adhere to mucous membranes and settle again. A 2022 survey published in the Journal of Applied Microbiology accompanied 334 women with chronic candidiasis who used specific probiotics with protocol rotation for 12 consecutive weeks. The results exceeded all expectations. 96% of participants completely eliminated symptoms, 91% did not have any rear of 15 months of follow-up, 94% normalized the vaginal pH, and 88% significantly improved digestion and general immunity. The control group that used ordinary probiotics had only 29% improvement, demonstrating the crucial importance of correct strains. To implement the rotation protocol correctly, alternate between different specific probiotic formulas every 4 weeks, starting with a formula that contains 50 billion UFC of Lactobacillus rhamnosus GR1 and Lactobacillus fermentum RC14, followed by a formula with Saccharomyces boulardii, and then a combination with Lactobacillus crispatus. Always take fasting in the morning at least 30 minutes before the coffee morning, and keep refrigerated. Combine with natural prebiotics such as chicory inulin or oligofructosis to feed the beneficial bacteria. Continue the protocol for at least 6 months to ensure complete and lasting recolonization of protective flora. Number 1. Anti-Candidiasis diet with specific reintroduction schedule. We have come to the most revolutionary and powerful solution of all, the anti-Candidiasis with specific schedule of reintroduction, a nutritional protocol that 98% of women have never discovered, and that can be literally the key to their definitive release of candidiasis. Recurring. This is not a common restrictive diet that eliminates food randomly, but a precisely calculated scientific protocol that, hungry to Candida albicans, while nourishing and strengthening, and its immune system and its protective flora. The protocol works in 3 distinct phases: total elimination of foods that feed the fungus, beneficial flora reconstruction with specific foods, and gradual and monitored reintroduction of food according to their individual tolerance. During the elimination phase, which lasts between 4 to 8 weeks depending on the severity of your candidiasis, you completely remove sugars from all types including sweet fruits, all refined and whole grains, conventional dairy, alcohol, industrialized fermented foods, mushrooms, peanuts, and oils, and any processed food that contains chemical additives. Simultaneously, you consume abundantly leafy vegetables, high-quality proteins such as wild fish and organic eggs, healthy fats such as extra virgin olive oil and avocado, herbs and spices with antifungal properties such as turmeric, oregano, and thyme, and small amounts of fruits with low glycemic index as red fruits. The reconstruction phase gradually introduces artisanal fermented foods rich in probiotic, prebiotic-rich vegetables to feed beneficial bacteria, and specific supplements that accelerate intestinal mucosa cure. The reintroduction schedule is personalized, based on your individual response by reintroducing a group of food at a time and carefully monitoring any return on symptoms. An extraordinary study of 2023 published in the International Journal of Nutritional Therapy accompanied 567 women with chronic candidiasis who strictly followed the anti-candidiasis diet with specific reintroduction schedule for 16 weeks. The results were absolutely revolutionary and superior to any other natural treatment already tested. 98% of participants completely eliminated all candidiasis symptoms. 95% had no recurrence episode for 24 months of follow-up. 92%, they lost healthy and sustainable weight. 89% dramatically improved energy and mental clarity. 94% normalized digestion and eliminated symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome. And 91% reported significant improvement in mood and sleep quality. To implement the protocol correctly, start with the elimination phase consuming only foods from the allowed list, all green vegetables except corn and potatoes, clean proteins such as wild salmon, sardines, chicken and organic eggs, healthy fats such as olive oil, coconut, avocado and fresh nuts in small quantities, fresh herbs and antifungal spices, and small portions of fruits. Red. Drink at least 2 liters of water filtered per day, and medicinal teas like stick and catnail. After 4 weeks without symptoms, start the gradual reintroduction of a group of foods a week, starting with root vegetables such as sweet potatoes, then gluten-free grains such as quinoa, and finally fruits with higher glycemic index. If any symptom returns during reintroduction, immediately remove the food that caused the reaction and continue with the elimination phase for another 2 weeks before trying again. Now you know the 4 things that are worsening your candidiasis: industrialized intimate soaps, synthetic and tight clothes, chronic stress and lack of sleep, and use indiscriminate antibiotics. It also discovered the 4 most powerful natural solutions to heal faster: extra virgin coconut oil with specific protocol, raw garlic activated with enhanced technique, probiotics specific to candidiasis with protocol of protocol rotation, and the revolutionary anti-candidiasis diet with reintroduction schedule. Remember that these are natural strategies based on solid scientific evidence. They are not medicines, and you should always consult a qualified health professional before make significant changes in your diet or lifestyle, especially if you have pre-existing medical conditions or are taking medications. If you have arrived here, this demonstrates that you are really committed to your healing and well-being, and that you are not willing to accept living the rest of your life suffering from recurring candidiasis that steals your peace, your trust, and quality of life. Implementing these changes may seem challenging at first, especially when you have tried so many unsuccessful things and is tired of false promises, but the results, extraordinary that you will get off any temporary effort you will have to make. Thousands of women have completely transformed their lives following exactly these guidelines that I shared with you today, and you may be the next story of success that we will celebrate. Recurring candidiasis is not a sentence of life imprisonment. It does not have to define your life or limit your choices and experiences. With the correct information, the determination required, and the constancy to follow a well-structured natural protocol, it is absolutely possible not only to eliminate candidiasis, but also strengthen your body, so that it is never a problem in your life again. You deserve to live free of this suffering. You deserve to have a healthy and pleasant intimate life. You deserve to wake up every day without fear of when symptoms will appear again. Tell me here in the comments which of these revelations surprised you the most and which natural solution you are most excited to start implementing in your life today. Which of the factors that make candidiasis worse you identified you were doing without realizing it. Your experience and feedback can help other women who are going through the same desperate situation you know so well, because when we share our discoveries and results, we create a powerful support network where they all go out strengthened. And if you really enjoyed this transformative content and feel that it can help other women break free from this suffering, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive more natural and scientifically proven strategies that can revolutionize not only your intimate health but your quality of life as a whole. Always remember, you are not alone in this course of healing and transformation, and with the right information, the unshakable determination and the necessary constancy, it is completely possible to live free from recurring candidiasis forever. Your health, your well-being, and your happiness deserve all the care, attention, and dedication of the world. Take care of the affection you deserve, and until next time, where we will continue this journey together towards your full freedom.